people. Oh my goodness. Apparently me dragging my screen chaotically is what is up. Jesus. We're here to talk about Lisa Barlow. I just turned my display brightness down. I think I need it a little bit higher. There we go. That is the sweet spot. I need to bring TikTok to class. Forget about them sometimes. All right. I'm glad you're ready. I was surprised how long this ended up being. I don't know why. I feel like I just did that wrong. I'm going to end this and go live again. No, maybe I'm not. I feel like I picked the wrong picture and now I'm paranoid. Okay, no, that's right. That was weird. Okay. There we go. Now TikTok is here. Hi, Barbie. Oh my god, this is your first stream of Barnes & Noble parking lot. Welcome. What's everyone drinking tonight? I have a very large water. And then I also have a Sprite. I just randomly had these Sprites. I got them because I was going to mix them with lime vodka. And for some reason lately, I'm like turning into an old person. I like literally can't drink alcohol. It gives me such bad anxiety and it messes my stomach up, which is like really unfortunate because drinking alcohol is like kind of fun. So like that fucking sucks. Peach tea locked and loaded. I don't know who Lisa Barlow is. So I was kind of hoping most of you would not know who Lisa Barlow is because like I don't know why I wanted to do a stream about her. I just kind of wanted to do a stream about her. I just felt like it was necessary. I'm going to do a poll and we're going to see how many of you know who Lisa Barlow is. Also, let me just show you how down bad I am right now. Okay, couple of things. One, I meant to proofread this today. Normally, like after I make the slides, I like go over them. Forgot to do that. So let's see what we're serving here. Second, I have just been like so chaotic lately and I keep forgetting everything because I'm not at work, my brain is like, oh, I don't have to do anything. So I've just lost like 50 IQ points. So I got a new mouse because I had a touchpad mouse, but it was just kind of annoying me. And actually, this is my mouse from school. So because it was home, I was like, I can just use the mouse I like better because it's here. But I don't have a mouse pad and this is like, it's too slick. It doesn't work right. It's like sliding everywhere. So this is a workout towel. I'm pretty sure it's dirty. So that is perfect. Perfect. So what was I doing? I was making you a poll to see who knows Lisa Barlow. Also, I'm getting professional photos done tomorrow and I'm like kind of spiraling about it. I hate having my picture taken. I'm really comfortable being on video. Like talking to people doesn't bother me at all, but I hate having my picture taken. I just get so awkward. You know, I just can't do it. Lisa Barlow is. Yes. Sorry, I keep burping. I just ate a burger for dinner. It was so good. I know her from TV. No idea I've heard of her. Okay, Cool. I just did a poll. I always forget how to smile when I get a photo taken. Exactly, because like when I see myself on video, I feel like that's how I perceive myself. Like I look very natural, but in a photo I look very like stiff. And the photographer I'm using, I've used before and I love her and I love her work, especially because she's good at like capturing you naturally. So like I know it's gonna be fine, but it's also like 2 hours away where we're going. So there's just like a lot that can go wrong. And I'm getting my hair and makeup done. Someone's coming to my house and I've never done that in my life, but I have not been wearing makeup for years, so I literally don't know how to do it and I don't have anything. So I'm just hiring someone. So yeah, I just feel like there's a lot of variables. You look so tan. I was at the beach. I do feel very tan right now. I was so happy that the photos were scheduled right when I came back from vacation because I was like, I'll be tan, blonde hair, and tan. Anyway, yeah, sorry I didn't have a stream last week. Oh my god, almost none of you know who she is. Perfect. Yes, she's fucking crazy. But today's gonna be a very lighthearted. Like, there's really not gonna be anything heavy. We're gonna touch on Mormonism, but not really talk about it in depth. Like, there's really not trigger warnings on this. This is gonna be like a very chill, lighthearted day. I just really wanted to have like a chill, lighthearted time. But anyway, sorry we didn't have stream last week. I was on vacation. I was at the beach with my family. My parents got a place for a week, which was really cool of them to do. So yeah, I was there and I brought my laptop and I was gonna try and stream. But the Wi-Fi was like really not good and I was like, and it was on my laptop, so I was like, it's not gonna be as good and I don't want to do it if it's like dropping every 2 seconds. That's not gonna be fun for anyone. So I appreciate your patience. All my profile photos of me are blonde 2 years ago because I feel ugly 24/7 now. That's sad. I need you to like get your self-love up. Like write down some affirmations or something. You need to get that together because I'm sure you look great. And I know that I have like the hair to be envied. Like God really blessed me in that department. And because this is my natural color, but I think like being blonde is really overhyped, and I think most people look best with their natural hair color. Like I've had a lot of friends that dye their hair blonde, and then when they like didn't want to pay for it anymore, they went back to like their natural color, and I felt like it fit their coloring much better, and like they just looked amazing. So yeah, don't like feel like you have to dye your hair, because I feel like a lot of people's natural color ends up kind of suiting them the best out of everything. Like I can't imagine my hair being anything other than blonde. That's actually not true. I've wanted to dye it a bunch of times. But I just feel like nothing would look quite right on me because like this is just how it grows in. I don't know. So anyway, Mormonism is my favorite hyper fixation as an ex-evangelical. So now that we've been here for a full 6 minutes, let's talk about Lisa Barlow. And I was about to say we don't have that many slides tonight because it's hilarious that, I'm going to move this down a little bit. It's hilarious that 77 slides is like not a lot for us. It's hilarious that that's like, oh, just a typical day. Because like lately we've been hitting the hundreds frequently, very frequently. So where is she and why is she here? So Lisa Barlow, I meant to put like the if you've been living under a rock, so let me do that. Lisa Barlow is on the show Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Real Housewives of Salt Lake City is I think the newest Real Housewives. Little ASMR moment. The newest Real Housewives, and Lisa Barlow has been on it since season 1. It came about in 2020. I think they're about to have season 4. Yeah, they're about to have season 5. They're about to have season 5. She's been on it the whole time. She is rich because she is in marketing and has a couple various marketing and business endeavors that she's been on. That is mainly what we're going to be talking about tonight. Tonight we're going to talk about like where her childhood, who she is, her early career, like pre-Housewives, and then we're going to talk about like some scandals and funny stuff about her. And all the scandals, scandals is like a strong word. Like they're all pretty light-hearted. They're like just typical Bravo white woman nonsense. I'm not gonna go through like every argument she's had with other housewives. This is not gonna be like a Real Housewives summary. This is mainly like what you didn't see and then like the best things from there. So where is she from and why is she here? She was born in 1974 in New York, but not New York City, New York like state, like far. Not like crazy far. She was from like a medium-sized town, like middle of New York. And she converted to Mormonism when she was really, really young. When she was born, her family was Jewish, and I think she was like a toddler when they converted to Mormonism. So I think someone might have like literally knocked on their door. I don't know. I think it's probably in here. So I love being from a big family. My parents had 6 kids in 8 years. I don't know their birth order, but I wonder where she is. This is about Lisa Barlow. Of course, she's in SLC and involved in Mormonism. Exactly. That's one of the things I love about Real Housewives of Salt Lake City is there is an aspect to Mormonism in it. So it's scratching my 2 favorite itches, which is Real Housewives and Mormonism. So she said, 6 kids in 8 years. That was very, very Mormon of them. Jewish to Mormon is such an interesting choice, right? Like, I wonder how many Mormons are, like, formally Jewish practicing of the Jewish faith, like Jewish people. Probably not many. From what I've seen, the Jewish religion doesn't appear to have, like, you know how with, like, Mormonism, people are like, I escaped. Like, the Jewish religion, I feel like a lot of people stay in their whole lives. I don't know. I guess it depends community to community. I've never really been religious, so I probably am the last person that should be speaking on this. But yeah, it just seems like quite the big jump. Like, I feel like what I'm saying about like people leaving is I feel like when people leave a religion, they usually become non-religious. So like to go from Judaism to Mormonism is just like a lot. Because like, yeah, like, I don't know. Mormonism's just like a really intense religion. Like, and I feel like anyone who leaves a religion, it's usually because they realize they don't want to be religious. They're not like, oh, I picked the wrong one. I don't know. I'm not religious and I've never converted, so I probably shouldn't be talking about this, but that's what her family did. Why is this out of order? What's happening? See, this is what happens when I don't proofread. we'll go back to that. So Lisa Barlow, childhood. Lisa was raised in upstate New York. Her mother had a strong love. Actually, real quick, want to go through and make sure I'm using the right Nearpod right now because I had a couple different versions. And I want to make sure that I picked the right one. I want to make sure like the game is in here and all that. Kerchow. Sorry, I'm kind of like spoiling it for you. Okay, I think this is the right one. I think the beginning is just a little fucked up. Judaism doesn't have an idea of hell. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't see, like, a religion that has no hell to go to a religion where it's like, if you drink coffee, we're gonna kill you. That just seems like quite the jump to me. So Lisa Barlow was raised in upstate New York. Her mother had a strong love of God. I guess that's why she converted to Mormonism. Was always in search of something. Barlow humorously refers to her mom's eat, pray, love journey. The constant in her mother's journey since joining the Mormon church was reading scripture. They grew up with 6 children born within 8 years, all before her parents turned 30. Where's my little scrolly guy? There we go. So this large family dynamic taught them to work well together and respect their parents naturally without the need for strict enforcement or punishment. Okay. This literally is like so PR. That's the other funny thing, is it's so hard to find info on her that was like not curated because she's worked in marketing and PR since she was in college. So all the interviews with her that we're going to read, I feel like she's always propositioning herself to be like, I'm perfect, I'm doing great, like everything's good over here. And in the clips you'll watch of her, that's like very much the energy she radiates. So this is her in high school in the 90s, her junior and senior photos. Her maiden name is Lisa Lee. Her married name is Lisa Barlow. And during an interview with Behind the Velvet Rope podcast, she shared some information about her childhood. She grew up in the Capital District. She said, I wanted to be a city kid so bad. I felt like I should have been a city kid. Me and my girlfriends would go into the city. I felt like it's a second home to me, but I did not grow up in the city. Everyone wants to think I did, but I didn't. Sorry, I grew up with lots of land and had horses. So like I said, she grew up in New York, but not like in New York. 6 kids in 8 years sounds horrible and painful. It really does. Oh, her gay grandfather is mentioned, Lisa Barlow's Diet Coke. The gay grandfather will be making an appearance. God, I hope that made it in here. If not, I'm glad you brought it up. I remember reading it. I think I put it in here. Like I said, did not proofread today. But I was really zooming today. Like, I made a YouTube video for E&E teachers today. I was, like, getting, like, shit done with the bank today. I was really going. So anyway, she said that she's a New Yorker at heart. My mom's there. My grandmother's there. So much of my family is there. I grew up there, so it's home at heart. When it comes down to it, I'm never leaving Salt Lake City. I moved here, left. I keep coming back. I'm, like, addicted. I tried to figure out, like, what moves she had, and I really couldn't. So we got wasted with Lisa Barlow. This was an interview in Interview magazine, and this says, so if your 30s are for making mistakes and your 40s are for blossoming into a beautiful flower, what were you doing in your 20s? Because it was earlier stuff that we'll talk about. I wanted to go chronologically, which they did not. I was so grown up. I was born a grown up. I kind of became a second mom in our house. I mothered my 3 younger sisters till I left. Okay, so she is one of the older ones of the 6. But my 20s were amazing. I went to school in Utah. Vegas was on the weekends. To go to school at Brigham Young University and be going to Vegas on the weekends? What fucking Brigham Young University students are going to Vegas on the weekends? That really just does not check out for me. My friend worked for this guy that had the most elite car collection, so he would say, bring this Mercedes down for me, and we're driving a 500 SL to Vegas for the weekend. Then I ended up coming back to New York, and it was like Limelight, Pallium, all that stuff. Me and my friend Nicole, I'm surprised we didn't get trafficked. We were literally in a hotel outside the World Trade Center, and these guys were like, get in our car. They had a stretch limo back in the 90s, and they started driving the opposite way, and we were like, no, we're going to Blue Note. And it was literally a bunch of Russian guys. So it seems like she was kind of dumb. It seems like she was literally getting into limousines with random men. Oh no. Oh wow. The interviewer. Oh wow. Oh wow. We literally had to call the police to remove them. It was a bunch of Russian guys. Wow. I feel like I don't want to like victim blame or like downplay her experience. It might have been real and it might have been scary, but I feel like she was never in imminent danger. You know, like, I feel like it was just some guys. Like, maybe they were Russian in the way that a lot of people from New York are from other places. Like, them being Russian, what are you insinuating? Like, I literally think they were just trying to party and probably, like, take them back to some other club because they probably didn't know where Blue Note was. And, like, some guys are normal and some guys are fucking crazy, and that's why you don't get into limos with random guys. Again, like, I really am kind of victim blaming her right now, but I don't feel bad doing that because, as she herself said, nothing happened. So, like, it's kind of like, I have lots of stories like that from, like, when I was, like, 18, 19, 20, where I was like, that was really stupid. Thankfully, nothing happened. So I feel like for that to be, like, your defining trauma moment, like, kind of says a lot. Like, your trauma is that time that something almost happened. You know? So this is Lisa in the 1990s. She is a bad bitch. And, like, a lot of people... So when we get to... We're talking about her Mormonism last, because I knew I would just bring it up throughout. A lot of people, like, doubt her Mormonism. And, like, at this point, you were enrolled in Brigham Young University in Mormon. And, like, I'm not hating because you look like a bad bitch, as you should. Oh, here, let me turn my computer on. Do not disturb. You look like a bad bitch, and you're crushing it, but, like, that is not giving Mormon to me personally right now in this space-time continuum. So she is married to John Barlow. They got married in July 2003. She was born in 74. Let me do some math there. She was 29 when she got married. So again, like, that is old for a Mormon marriage. I think 29 is a perfectly normal time to get married. I think it is the national average. When we did our thing about weddings, I think it is the national average, but that's not the Mormon average. Like, her life is just really not giving Mormon. I don't know if it's because, like, they converted, so, like, maybe they didn't take it as seriously, which again, I don't think is a bad thing. I just find it interesting. She said they kept bumping into each other in various cities before finally reconnecting in Salt Lake City. Their wedding photos from the time show that Lisa was charismatic with scrunch marks on her nose. Their official first date was a movie date, and Lisa credits one of her 4 sisters for introducing her. So this is a picture of their wedding photo. It's his favorite. He loves the scrunch marks on my nose, so I guess this photo is his favorite, and that's where I got that. So I want to show how they met, which is what got into the wrong spot here. So how did John Barlow meet Lisa Barlow? They met the old-fashioned way, through her sister. I met John through my older sister. They served an LDS mission together. So that's what I mean. It's just not adding up for me that, like, Lisa Barlow is like, yeah, I'm Mormon, but, like, while her sister was serving a mission, she was giving cunt in that little, like, V-neck wrap shirt and the big hoop earrings. And again, like, it's fine that she's not on the mission, but why are you going around and saying, oh, I'm Mormon, I'm Mormon, I'm Mormon, I'm LDS, I'm LDS? Because it really, there's no evidence pointing to it. It doesn't seem like you like it. So I'm just a little confused. She would be burned at the Mormon stake for that pic. And on the show, I think it's the clip in here, she says, like, I wear spaghetti straps to church, no one cares. And everyone else was like, you literally can't. They would not let you in. Like, I don't know if she's lying. I don't fucking know. I think if she is lying, she's also lying to herself. So anyway, I think my sister might have had a crush on John, which I can't blame her. She stole her sister's man. John didn't date my sister. They went on a date. My gorgeous sister had amazing taste, so I'm glad I got to meet John through her. What the fuck ever, man. Whatever. Like, literally whatever. That's fine, I guess. Like, your sister introduced you. I really think she stole her sister's man. He didn't date her. They dated, though. I know, right? So that's why I picked her, because, like, she's just so fascinating to me. Like, she's not interesting, but she's fascinating. Imagine she's watching this. I would die. So anyway, who the fuck is John? Who the fuck is John Barlow? So he went to Utah for college. I guess that's why he was doing the LDS thing. He also graduated from Brigham Young University. He grew up in Florida and Texas. So I don't know at what point he moved. According to his Instagram, he's a big sports fan, posting about basketball, attending football games with his wife. He's also a big traveler, taking his family all around the world. And he has an infinity symbol tattoo on his left calf that Lisa hates. And then in an episode of Real Housewives, he mentioned he wants more tattoos, including one of a gorilla. So that's perfect. Let me find a picture of it. I should have included one. John Barlow tattoo. Oh, there's a bunch of tattoo artists named John Barlow. I don't care about that. Oh, well, I can't find a photo. I guess that's why I didn't include it. They probably haven't posted one. Not the infinity tattoo. No, it really is predictable of them. So, oh, it was included here. It just got in there twice somehow. So anyway, what does he do for work? He is a self-employed businessman running like their businesses that they have together, which we will talk about. Actually, I'll talk about this later, because we'll talk about the founding of their tequila brand. So in an exclusive interview for Bravo TV, Lisa asked John what job he'd have if he could do anything in the world. And he said, what I'm doing right now, driving Lisa around. I love what I do and who I do it with. Because on the show, it kind of seems like she's doing a lot of marketing, and it seems like he's very involved in the business, but she's like telling him what to do. Like, we'll look at a clip. He's like driving her from location to location to like scout party venues and stuff like that. And then they own all of these brands together. And then before he met her, he was doing, it just said like finance and business stuff. So I guess he just like helps her with these businesses that they kind of do together. So let's talk about Lisa Barlow's early career, because it seems like they really built their businesses together from the time that they got married. So they got married, like we said, I think it was 2003 or 4, which is when they founded the marketing agency. In her early 20s, it said that she had a couple marketing jobs out of college. So what I would guess is she probably just bounced around to various marketing administrative coordinator position, things like that, in Salt Lake City. Like we said, gained experience in marketing and partnerships and after college, and then she co-founded Lux Marketing, which is a concierge marketing agency. I also kind of wanted to do this because I know a little bit about marketing, so I felt like I could make this like kind of straightforward. So what I think concierge marketing is like, let's say I own a business where I make scrunchies. I make custom scrunchies, and that's my business. It does not make sense for me to have a full-time marketing person. I have a small business. I can't afford to pay someone a salary. I'm going to hire someplace like Lux Marketing, and they're going to make a marketing plan for me. Because concierge means like they do fucking everything. So like they'll make a website, they'll make like a logo, like they'll do all that stuff for me, and I just pay them a flat fee or a yearly fee or a monthly fee. Different places do it differently. So she's probably doing marketing for small and medium businesses. They provide high-end marketing services. They also created a company called Vita Tequila. She co-founded Vita Tequila in 2007 with her husband, John Barlow. So this is where I wanted to go back to that other story. You can see why proofreading is important and why I do it. According to a 2010 article in the Salt Lake Tribune, the couple found themselves in the tequila business by accident after they met a distillery owner down to a trip to Mexico who did not have an import contact in the U.S. So they were like, I guess, on vacation and met this guy. The distillery owner and the Barlows joined forces to create an ultra premium brand that would appeal to American customers. The venture took nearly $10 million, which the couple raised through investors, family, and their own savings. So I'm guessing either they have some friends with deep pockets, or Lux Marketing was like pretty profitable and good. Dream husband. Valid. He literally just drives her around and gets her snacks all the time. It's kind of hilarious. And then people make fun of him for it, and he's like, I like it. Real. Low-key concierge marketing is how I started post-college and got so many cool opportunities from that. Would highly recommend. Yeah, marketing is a really cool business to be in, because you can meet so many people, because every type of business needs marketing. So you can really network with anyone. So anyway, so we kind of already read that. So going back to the tequila stuff. So, and then, where was I? They also have N&B Beauty, which is a cosmetics business that she later sold. We're going to get into some more details about all of this. She also is involved in the Sundance Film Festival. She plans lots of parties and events. So like, let's say I'm like I don't fucking know, I have a movie at Sundance. I'm going to throw a party to promote my movie. I might hire Lisa Barlow to plan the party because I don't live in Salt Lake City where Sundance is hosted. So I don't know any of the caterers or the venues. I don't know any of that stuff. So it makes sense to hire an event planner that's locally based. So like that's why she's known as like Queen of Sundance, because she's a party planner and a marketing person in Salt Lake City. So she gets a lot of business around that time. We will be talking about the lawsuit that happened against her this week. She's also involved in philanthropy, blah, 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 blah. So let's talk about how she co-founded Vita Tequila and Luxa Marketing. She says she was able to do it because she's a New Yorker. The energy and culture on the East Coast becomes a part of you. I grew up there as one of 6 kids, and both my parents are fiercely independent and smart. My dad has an amazing science and math brain. My mother is beyond creative. This had an impact on me. Blah, 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 blah. Her dad is an entrepreneur. Okay, here's the stuff about college. She went to Utah for college, went back to New York, and then ended up moving back to Utah. She aligned herself with creators and got inspired by them. She said, I love to work, and I worked while in school. The roles I put in myself varied at Mass Mutual, from learning about financial planning in the insurance world, setting up appointments, and learning about investments and money management. I loved the challenge of helping expand business for my boss and helping clients understand what was valuable to them. I became the top appointment setter in the company. So she, like I said, she has had like real regular person jobs. Like I will say about her, a lot of the Real Housewives think that they've worked, but they've never worked. I think she has worked. Like it seems like she has had jobs and businesses that like actually function. Like I think a lot of the Real Housewives have like these fake product lines that they really don't make a ton of money on. It seems like she works. And she said, one of my professors at the university was very helpful in expanding my view of the business world. Along with other driven students, we would play chess weekly and talk about our goals. I don't know if I believe that. At one point, my professor suggested I do an internship at a lockdown school for girls. Some of the girls were from wealthy families, some were from inner cities, and after about 5 months of working there, I thought, oh my gosh, these kids need more. I saw people through a different lens. This helped me to understand compassion, how to really see challenges others face and mitigate them. I learned a lot about myself. This set me up to be a much more self-aware person. Please, what is a lockdown school? I think it's like a juvie school is what she might mean. I'm not 100% sure. So let's talk about the lockdown school. This is all from one interview that she did. I created an opportunity to impact the girls I was working with by organizing Christmas for 130 girls who would not go home that year. So I guess it's like a school outpay. I don't know what this is. The individuals I worked with helped me create a fantastic holiday. We received donations, coats, clothing, etc. for the girls. See what I mean? Like, it seems like she's kind of competent. Like, she knows how to, like, plan events and do things. I learned that even though I was just a kid myself, I'm good at organizing and building things. This had a major impact on me and my future. I'm glad you're not doing, like, History of the Gilded Age, because I'm at a voluntary week-long PD. No, my brain is fried, too. That's why we're talking about bullshit right now. And she said, my husband, John, and I have owned everything from a luxury restaurant in Park City to multiple alcohol brands. I've created an apparel brands and a luxury line of professional hair and skin products. That drive was instilled at me at a young age. My dad was always said, you can have anything you want if you're willing to work for it. She lived in Utah. She worked for Novell and what's now Avanti Software. So yeah, this is just kind of like her lore and her jobs. And in 2003, when she married John, she also had 2 sons later. We'll get into her sons and her personal life. So after Jack was born, that's her older son, she started a company called Embellish. This is like kind of fucked up and out of order. Wow. Incredible. She said that this was really great. She had free time on weekends. She would fly to LA. She hired a pattern designer. She attended trades shows. I tried to find evidence of Embellish, but I could not ever find it, but that also makes sense because it was 2003, so you would be like selling directly to boutiques and stuff. This school sounds like a mix of Paris Hilton and Oliver Twist. And one day while John was working in Mexico, he met our distilling partner and said, hey, what do you think about being in tequila? She said, my parents raised us with a clean lifestyle. At the time, I had very little knowledge of alcohol. Now I have a love, passion, and respect for the wine and spirit space and committed to being an expert in it. Everything I had done up to this point was for a reason, and I had the skill set to help John with our new venture, Vita. Vita started in 2003 and launched in 2007. So all this kind of like messy 2000 stuff, you can see businesses take a long fucking time. And this is why I believe that she actually is competent, because one thing that you will notice about other Real Housewives businesses is they get off the ground very quickly, which is sometimes a good sign, but in Real Housewives universe, it's usually because they didn't actually start the business. An existing business was like, let's partner and use your name to promote our products. And the housewife has like a percentage that she owns. That is fine. It's just different than starting a business from the ground. It makes sense that it would take 4 years to start a tequila business to deal with all the international imports and testing and all of that stuff. That makes sense. And again, I'm glad you're bringing up that she's Mormon, because what the fuck? Why are you Mormon and you own a tequila brand? And then they've announced some other alcohol brands recently. She said, by law, tequila can only be made in certain regions of Mexico, but as Utah locals, we consider our brand a Utah-based tequila brand, which makes sense because that's probably where most of her connections are. So lots of restaurants probably in Utah buy it from her, as opposed to restaurants in Miami are like, who the fuck is Vita Tequila? We just buy the big names. That makes a lot of sense. We had a strong 3-year plan and launched Vita with a custom Vita lounge and A-list performers. I learned the key to success is becoming an expert at what you do. So she kind of is like a girl boss crushing it. I'm going to skip through some of this stuff because you get the gist. She's a girl bossing and is a pretty good at it. I want to get more into funny stuff. So, business profits. Barlow's most notable brand is Vita. Apparently, Vita Tequila generates around $10 million per year. Her profits are estimated to be $1.2 million per year, so she is definitely a rich person. She probably profits about $800,000 from Lux Marketing. These are just some random numbers that I found online, so they could be wrong, but that kind of sounds right to me. She bought her house in 2018 for $3.5 million, but a lot of people say, we'll watch a house tour that she does. A lot of people say that's not her actual house and she rents that for the show, which makes sense because I wouldn't want a show where I actually live on TV. People are literally crazy. So it says like, according to property records, she owns a house, but I guess it's not the one we're going to look at. Mormon 2.0, as Heather Gay would say. Due to overproduction, the land in Tequila, Mexico, which was the only place you could grow, passed a law to expand where blue agave can grow and tequila can be produced. Huh, interesting. The tequila politics. Just a random Tequila, Mexico fact. I love that. So here is some pictures of Lisa Barlow during this era. Her son was born, I think it said in 2003. So it seems like she got married and had her son relatively quickly, which makes sense. They got married when she was 30, and I think when she was 29 and he was in his mid-30s. So that seems like a pretty normal age to start reproducing. This is one of their early Vita Tequila launch events. So like Vita Tequila was a business far before Housewives. It's been a business since 2007. They are kind of crushing it. I love John, but he looks terrified in the first pic. They kind of are giving like Seinfeld to me. Not Seinfeld, like Friends. Like they're giving like the hot couple that's like in one episode of Friends. Look at her. Look at her like super fresh face. She's very young there. And then this is her and Meredith in 2014. For context, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City came out in 2020. So this is a couple years before that started filming. So her and Meredith are real life friends. She's giving Fran from The Nanny. I think she really is like kind of gorgeous and fabulous. I think that I really could get along with her for hours probably. Have you tried Vita Tequila? I have not. I am not a tequila drinker. Really, the only alcohol I like is vodka, and I'm getting to the point that I can't even drink vodka anymore because anytime I drink alcohol, I think I was talking about this at the beginning, alcohol has just really been like doing a number on me, and I don't even drink that much, but even if I drink a little bit, it's just been like killing me. So anyway, In 2015, she sold Salt Lake Magazine. We love the industry that we're in. We've never looked at it as a religious wrong decision. I love my business and I like my religion too. Interesting that you love your business and only like your religion. Interesting. It's about being a good person and doing good things for people. So this is just more about the tequila and the Lux. So she did talk about that before Housewives, because that interview was from 2015. So she has also worked a Sundance Film Festival. She is a major boss moves to ensure the 10-day event ran as smoothly as possible. She said, there's a reason they call me the Sundance Queen. Not many people can throw these huge parties on such a short timeline and execute them to perfection like I do. I believe her on that. Like, a lot of stuff she says, I don't believe her, but I do believe that she probably throws a good event. You would not have a marketing firm that existed for like over a decade if you didn't know what you're doing, you know? So anyway, she has a big team though. It's not like she's there setting up the tables, which they kind of show on the show. She said, I've been doing Sundance for 14 years. I hate how she says I'm doing Sundance because she's not hosting the film festival. She has no affiliation to the film festival. So again, this is like Lisa Barlow is always marketing. Lisa Barlow is always interviewing and always marketing. She happens to throw a ton of private events that are in the area of Sundance for people that are there for Sundance. You don't work for Sundance. You still have a very impressive resume. It's just kind of funny. Homegirl is not wearing the garmies, so she's a Mormon light at best. Yeah, she does not wear the garments. She says during Sundance, you hustle. It's no sleep for like 5 days. And she says that she loves it. So she does all these parties and works with all these brands and all these events. Because even companies that aren't throwing a party, they still need like marketing support there because like they have a team there. They might be going to events there. They need to bring products to events there. So because she is a marketing firm, she's just real busy around that time of year. She gets slammed for describing herself as the Sunset Queen. And Katie Maloney, who is apparently, I did not want to bookmark that. Katie Maloney from, what's it called? From Vanderpump Rules, apparently is from that area and was like, I have never heard of Lisa Barlow.
Saying, if you want to get into, they referred to Lisa as the Sundance Queen. Saying, if you want to get into any party at Sundance, you got to know Lisa, you got to kiss the ring, which is because, for one, I'm from Park City, where the Sundance Film Festival takes place, and that may not make a lot of a difference, but still, like, been to a lot of parties there, never heard this woman's name. There are people's names I know to use, and she's definitely not one of them. Just saying.
So,
they referred to Lisa.
That's a lot. I don't know if that means anything one way or the other. They could just run in different circles. Like I said, I do think she throws parties by her marketing agency at Sundance Film Festival. I do think that's true, and I think she probably has a good reputation doing it. I don't know why I have like literally 90 interviews about Vita Tequila. So she also has these brands with her kids. She developed this company called Fresh Wolf with them. I think we'll get more into that later. Oh no, this is right now because for some reason I thought she launched it after Housewives, because on Housewives they made it seem like it was a new idea, but she launched it before. So they have her company, Nicole and Breeze, which is hair care products, and I think that now she knows about that. Her and her son worked with like young men's products, kind of a different audience. I said, why can't you help me and my brother do one? Explained Jack. She made us write our own business plan at first. I do believe she would make her children write their own business plan. Fresh Wolf is a line of grooming products for men and boys that was launched September 2019, and the name was inspired by Jack's brother Henry, who's fascinated with wolves, and the slogan is "Run with us." So I think that that is kind of cute and fun. I think that that's cool. If you're a mom that has hair businesses and you can help your kids start something, I think that that's really cool experience for them. Like I said, tonight's very lighthearted. I really don't have anything negative to say about her doing this. Her kids definitely are Nepo babies. Like, it's very Nepo baby that at 7, you're the creative director of Fresh Wolf, but like, isn't that the point of being rich, is to like have Nepo kids? And like they said, she did make them write a business plan. I don't think she's just handing them money for nothing. I think she is making them at least be a little bit involved and work. Starting it right before filming is genius. So this is them at the launch of Fresh Wolf, which, like I said, this is being filmed on Housewives. Like, it was new then. I think that was like part of her plot line in season 1. Like, they seem like a pretty nice semi-functional family. And before she was on Housewives as well, she appeared on an episode of Shaws of Sunset. I do not watch that show. I don't know what it is. But I gather that it's like,
Hi, Lisa.
I don't know, Bravo.
Hi, what are you doing?
See,
This
Lisa
is
Barlow,
actually Lily Galici.
Director of
I'm
Marketing.
meeting with Helena right now in my office.
Has she presented the brand?
She has, and she's presented an interesting twist to the brand, which involves creating and designing a swimwear line.
I thought it would be amazing. What are your thoughts?
I mean, I definitely know a woman's body and cuts and
Yeah, so you get the point. Lisa was the director of marketing for this swimwear line that they were going to start. Isn't there some tax breaks you get if you employ your children? Yes and no. So it's like a tax break for your kid more so than, actually it is a tax break for both of you. If you own a business, you can employ your children up to a certain amount per year. I don't know what the amount is off the top of my head. And you don't have to pay payroll taxes on that. And I think they don't have to pay taxes on it, but you have to cut them a check in their name of their bank account. So like you can't fake pay them and you keep the money. I'm sure people have found ways to do that, but that's like not what you're supposed to do. But yeah, so I'm sure that was an aspect of it as well. I remember when millionaires gave their money to libraries and schools. Yeah, but the children employ, it's a relatively low amount per year. I think it's less than like $15,000 a year, which $15,000 is a lot of money, but I'm not like $15,000 is not like $1 billion. Like $15,000 is not that much in taxes. Like, I know we can't afford 15 grand, but you get what I'm saying. From like a tax perspective, that's not a huge amount of a rich person's income. So yeah, I don't have a huge problem with that particular tax break compared to so many other ones, but that is a really good point that she is getting a tax break for employing her children. I tried to find a video clip of this, but she didn't talk in it, so I kind of gave up. But she was also in an old episode of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. She was in this party background thing. This was even older, so this might have been in that era where she said she was going to LA for her embellishment clothing brand, and it makes sense that a small brand owner would be. This was at Kyle Richards' party when she opened a boutique, so like that makes sense that someone that works in marketing and small boutique fashion would be there. So like I said, I think she was an actual like success person, and it seems like her most recent venture before Housewives was in 2018, that Nicole Breeze thing that she also did Fresh Wolf with. I put the website here if you want to look at it. It's like pretty not noteworthy. It's hair care. I don't know. It seems like it's mostly sold on Amazon. It's also sold in Walmart, but I think it's just sold Walmart online. I don't think it has shelf space there. And she actually ended up selling that in 2022, and she sold it to this company that does like Amazon marketing. I'll show you their website. You can see they do Amazon Made Easy, full service Amazon account management for brands. So it seems like she has this hairline that mainly sells on Amazon, and she sold it to like a company that's their shtick and that's what they do. So like I said, seems like she made some profit here. Good for her. So Lisa's big break is The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. It is announced November 16th, 2019 at BravoCon in New York City. This is the trailer. I don't know if this trailer came out that day. I don't think it did. I think the trailer came later, but here's the trailer.
God? Are you there? Are you listening? It's me, Heather. Lisa.
I would drown her in the lake behind our house if she wasn't your friend.
Hey, Bonnie Whitney. Salt Lake City, Utah is known for its magnificent mountains and world-class ski slopes. There is also, darling, an elite social circle.
This is Hollywood, honey.
Fueled by beauty, wealth, and perfection.
There's an elite social circle in Salt Lake City. Tell that to anyone in New York.
Can't buy the tits because my plastic surgeon retired.
But what's Salt Lake City?
I miss Jen Shaw. If you know, you know. She's in prison. I had a stream about it.
City is most known for is the Mormon Church. A quick lesson on how to be a good Mormon. Don't drink, don't swear, treat
That's
your body
Lisa.
like a temple.
It is so hard to be a good Mormon.
To be Mormon, we are taught honesty and integrity.
You're fake, you're phony. That right there was unkind and dismissive.
Fidelity within marriage.
I'm confused watching Meredith and Seth be touchy-feely, and I've heard she's seeing someone else.
And most importantly, to watch for sin. You're gonna go with Mary to grandfather?
I'm so glad I started watching Real Housewives of Salt Lake City because of your Jen Shaw stream, and now I feel like I've done the reading before class. Love that.
The culture here in Salt Lake City is designed to be perfect.
If you follow all the commandments, you'll be not only wealthy,
I love this show. It's so unhinged.
you will be blessed.
Hallelujah. Oh!
You have to work on the 10 Commandments.
Also not
Wait, what? Cheers.
Wait, I'm in the bedroom below you guys, so if you do have sex...
We need a Mary stream.
Observing Mormon laws.
But what people don't know about Salt Lake City is there's a lot of dark brewing under the crust of perfection.
You're
That's
black.
so true.
Just a reminder. Okay. Then why would you say something like that? She makes these racist comments, and I'm like, what is wrong with you?
You would never hand me your phone because you're hiding something.
If you're not getting it from home, you're going to go somewhere else.
I don't know if it's going to work, but I know this is not working.
Now that I'm watching this, Lisa Barlow is like barely in this trailer. She's been there for like 1 second.
The last thing her dad wants is to call his daughter and tell her I'm a drug addict.
You have a problem with me.
There she is.
Until you figure out what it is that I trigger in you. Thumbs up. Then the tea's gonna mother come out.
She's been playing every single one like a fiddle. Keep coming. Who's next?
Mommy, no.
I'm kind of scared for her.
Why would you even do that? I could have done it. Want that to happen.
Oh my God, this girl.
Season 1 was so good.
Don't do that to me, Meredith. Do you want me to talk or not? Don't wave your finger.
And don't get ghetto.
That is ridiculous.
Thank you, I'm disengaging.
Please. I hold myself to a high standard. If you don't want the same standards, go away.
I'm watching thinking about how I need the tea on all of these women. Almost all of them are on my list. Mary is on my list. Jen I already did. Whitney is on my list. We're doing Lisa right now. Heather is not off my list, and neither is Meredith. They just don't have the intrigue as much to me as the others do. Okay, so it's official. There's a new Housewives show on the way. This is the announcement from Andy Cohen. We've always tried to choose a city that has unique personalities, and we also try to throw a little curveball now and then. Pick something you weren't expecting. We're very excited to travel to Salt Lake City, Utah. The Mary stream would be like heavy trigger warnings, so that's why we're not doing that right now. You didn't see it coming, but I have to tell you, Utah is a majesty of mountains, the Mormon religion, and an exclusive community of people who have very successful businesses who live in their own universe. That is so true. I've never been to Utah. It's gorgeous, and I think you're really going to be surprised at the intrigued by the group of women we found. If he even fucking knew when he said that. Andy has a sense that is beyond us. I'm spoiling Jen Shaw right now. Like, I'm spoiling the Jen Shaw storyline. I've done a whole stream about it, so I'm assuming a couple of you watched that maybe. If Andy Cohen even knew the fucking drama and groundbreaking history that would come from Real Housewives Salt Lake City, like, for it to come out that Jen Shaw was literally scamming old people, and at this time he was like, I think you're going to be surprised. I think you're going to be surprised, Andy Cohen. The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City takes... I scrolled too far. No, I lost it. Takes viewers into an undiscovered world that is about so much more than religion, although the Mormon church is undeniably ingrained in the culture. Blah, 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 blah. The majestic mountains of Utah's luxury homes, shopping sprees, multi-million-dollar businesses and brands. And with Hollywood's exclusive Sundance Film Festival, these type A power brokers are accustomed to rubbing elbows with A-listers, and what party list you are on means everything. They have mastered running wildly successful enterprises and enjoying après-skis at the finest resorts by night, all while raising extraordinary and unconventional families. Here, perfection is not an aspiration, it's a mandate. That's a lot. That is a lot. Any other ex-Mormon SLC residents in the chat? God, I hope so. They hold themselves and each other to extremely high standard and never hold back when things go sideways, but Lord knows they're always there for each other when they need it most. No, they're not. So this is how they introed Lisa. Oh my God, this is super tiny. Lisa went to Brigham Young University, which is owned by the Mormon Church. She subsequently relocated to Utah after growing up in New York. Lisa is also close with Meredith, and she is the owner of a marketing company and various tequila brands. She considers herself Mormon 2.0 and is not one to adhere to the traditional strict Mormon rules. Her description reads, married to husband John with 2 children, and seemingly has it all, but struggles with a quest for perfection, and her unrealistic standards start impacting her friendships. So that is the lore of the intro of Lisa Barlow. So this is, I just wanted, for anyone that does not watch Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, which is most of you, I just wanted to watch a compilation so that you could kind of see the vibes. This is a compilation of seasons 1 through 3. So you can kind of just like see what this show is like. Again, this is Lisa Barlow on the far right. She looks a lot like Meredith. Try not to get them mixed up. I'll try and point her out. This video, again, is not of her. The other videos we watch are specifically of her. This is more just so you can see who she is in the context of the Real Housewives universe. And just because this show is literally fucking art. Let me know if it's like too loud or not loud enough.
Women. I need an answer on this. Why did you say she's speculating and she says she's not?
I'm going to speak for myself.
It's a mosquito. Disgusting. We are repugnant human beings for discussing somebody's father's death this way.
Then did you want me to hire a private investigator to find out?
This feels kind of sexual and I'm not really enjoying it.
We don't have to be siblings in the photo.
What is wrong with you? Get away.
Still no Lisa Barlow.
With her gold microphone.
This is why I picked Lisa Barlow, because I feel like Lisa Barlow is insane, but we never notice it because she's surrounded by people that are so much more insane.
Heather Merrow, judgmental self. She has the snobbiness of a true Mormon. She don't even know she was being bred.
Meredith can go f herself. I'm done with her. Because I'm not a whore and I don't cheat on my husband. Her and a dumb family that poses. Why don't you own a house? Wait, you can't. Because your husband changes jobs every 5 minutes?
We'll watch that later.
I have your back and I'm offended by that. You.
I should have skipped this video.
Garbage whore. I hate her. She's a whore. She's half of New York. She's a herself.
That's Lisa.
It started to, but it started to, Lisa.
I would also have a panic attack if that many people were crowding me in a small space in her defense.
It started to, but it was okay.
No. Guess what? I am richer than all of you. I don't need to be here.
And then there's other red flags that I had, like, even today, one of my friends mentioned something to me that had been told to me previously, which was that she's red flagged in the system of Louis Vuitton because she pays in cash.
If you like Atlanta, you'll like SLC.
I have no clue.
Like what? This is huge.
I don't know why it's cut off like that.
I don't. Jan, I can't. Being red flagged at Louis Vuitton would be far
That's
worse than the
Lisa.
feds knocking on my door.
Hey, did you like a comment referring to my son as a sissy bitch? No!
Yes, you did. And we all know I don't cook, so like it's not like I'm comfortable around fish. But do you know what I do love right now? The fish tacos at Del Taco are amazing.
That's Lisa.
Because I have to poot. Hold on. Meredith Nelson says I need peace, I need quiet to fart. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's going. Trust me, he's going.
Okay, so Real Housewives of Salt Lake City is just absolutely fucking unhinged. So like I said, I'm not really going to get into Lisa's specific drama with the other women. If you want to watch it, you can. She does not have anything on the show that's like, what? So I'm not going to get into it. I am just going to go through stuff that I thought was funny. So just know you're not seeing the other people's side of the drama and all the details. I'm not here to do that. I'm here to look at funny videos of Lisa Barlow and just kind of poke fun at this show. So I mainly want to talk about her cultural force as an icon, and then we'll talk about her religion and her family. So this is her house tour shortly after the show released. And again, I heard that this was apparently a fake rental house, but I don't know.
Hey, welcome to my house. Come on in. So this is one of my sitting rooms. I absolutely love this room for two different reasons.
Her house looks like an Airbnb to me. Like, there's no art on the walls. There's no pictures of her family. Everything just looks like an IKEA or an Airbnb.
Hey, I think it's such a great space in the house. I love the light fixture we put in, and I love the sofa. Orange is one of my favorite colors. As much as I like monochromatic, we had to have a punch of color in the house. One thing that was important to me is I wanted everything to be simple, very clean, long lines, and for it to basically look like a furniture piece in the house and less like a kitchen, because who likes to use the kitchen? Not this girl.
That's like her thing, is she doesn't cook and they eat fast food all the time, which we will discuss.
I want everyone that comes in my home to feel like they're part of my house and to feel like...
Like, for you to say, I want everyone to feel like they're part of my house, when that is the least inviting space I have seen in my entire life. I wouldn't know where to sit down. Like, if I walked in her house and she was like, take a seat. I don't want to sit in the yellow chair because I don't want to put my feet up right now. And I also don't want to move your furniture around. So I don't want to sit there for sure. And then the couch, I don't want to rearrange your pillows. I would probably sit on the L part of the couch on the corner straight up. And I have a feeling that's what she wants me to do.
Cozy, comfortable. I love to listen.
Is the comfort in the room with us, Lisa?
Listen to the kids practice piano. Yes, I did say I love listening to them practice the piano. Come this way.
Sit on the piano.
So this is the master bedroom, and it's still a work in progress.
There's nothing
when we bought
there.
The house we bought as is. So I just wanted to put a little bit of Lisa on the whole house. So what I did is I inverted our coat closet and one of our linen closets to create extra space in the room. So we have a little bit of dressers, and this can hold up to 300 pairs of shoes. I have 300 pairs of shoes. I've done a good job filling it. This is closet one. I'm still moving stuff in and out. When I did my bags, so I had my closet guy do this where it's all glass inserts, a place to hold some of my favorite pieces of clothing that aren't folded down, handbags all the way across the top. I just got this little gorgeous bag. I mean, who doesn't love chartreuse for spring, summer? Gorgeous, kind of timeless for me.
I don't know if timeless is the word I would use for that neon yellow bag. And same thing with her kids' rooms. Like, this literally looks like a furniture display at IKEA. The Hustle painting that's not even hung up on the wall.
This is my little angel baby Henry's room.
That is a 7-year-old's bedroom. That looks like a 30-year-old man's bedroom.
I love everything super minimalist, modern, but I wanted to keep their room like their safe. I wanted to keep their room like their safe space, super serene. Not
I bet they're doing it to avoid copyright.
Except for Henry's shoe collection. Like, this kid has more shoes than I do, believe it or not. That my kids are close to me. So if they need me in the middle of the night, they have a bad dream, need their mommy, I'm just right down the hall, super close to them. So it's time for me to relax.
Funny.
Time for you guys to head out.
Sure. Sure. This is her iconic Real Housewives moment.
Hi, baby gorgeous.
Okay, get buckled in, okay?
I'm gonna take my backpack off.
I missed you.
This was a meme that really just went super viral of her, and that I think just explains her so well. So I said there wasn't going to be any trigger warning. We are going to talk about diet. I'm not going to shame her for eating fast food. I literally don't give a fuck. I just think it's very noteworthy because no other Real Housewives are that way. Like, in the entire Real Housewives universe, city to city, no one else is like, I love fast food. Some of them will be like, oh, I'm eating fast food. But, like, she publicly and proudly eats fast food. And I think that's a really interesting and unique. So this is from Reddit. The diets of housewives are always interesting to me. I love seeing what they eat and order in restaurants. Whether they're ordering appetizers for the whole table like Bethany or eating 2 almonds a day like Yolanda, it's fascinating. Oh my God, I'm not a robot. Let me go live. Perhaps most intriguing of all is Lisa Barlow's diet. If we're going by what's shown in Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, her diet is largely fast food, Kit Kats, and Diet Coke. Diet Coke is my guilty pleasure for sure, so I get her obsession. If I ate the way she supposedly does all the time, I think I'd feel like complete crap and have no energy. That's what I was thinking too, is like, how is she so thin and how is she able to run these businesses? Because like, I love fast food, but I feel like shit when I eat it because I can't eat it all the time. I'm curious to know if everyone thinks she really eats this way all the time or if it's just for the cameras and part of an image she wants to create for herself. My guess is she doesn't eat crap 100% of the time, but just is not afraid to indulge when she wants it, which I find to be super cool and refreshing for a housewife. Whatever the case, I kind of love it. I liked this because I really agree with it. Like, I don't know if she eats like that all the time. It's not really mathing for me, but it's also not really our business. And I kind of like that she's just like being on Real Housewives and eating. So this is her talking about her love of fast food.
My name is Lisa Barlow, mother of baby Gorgeous and my little sunshine Jack, wife to John Barlow, serial entrepreneur, and RHOSLC wife. Definitely the taco supreme with extra sour cream, beyond. It's so good.
I can tell she genuinely does eat it at least sometimes because she has a favorite thing everywhere and she can explain why. And as a fellow fast food lover, she's doing it with a certain enthusiasm that I know is real. Because fake fast food lovers will always be like, a Big Mac. But the way that she's like, I like this with this sauce from this place, like she really does eat that. Maybe not every day, but she's eating it.
And we all know I love a cheesy gordita crunch. Live on those. At least 60. I don't know the price of Taco Bell food, but whatever. I guess you can do the math. For sure, KFC. I mean, I'd get the coleslaw. I'd have some amazing fried chicken to replace the turkey. I'm sure they have some other amazing sides. That would be a starter, and I might have to find some other places to get the rest of the stuff.
Like, she does
I may
eat
or may
this.
not have done this before.
Oh, Lisa Barlow. To say Lisa Barlow loves junk food would be an understatement. She once revealed that she starts her day with 4 Kit Kat bars at 6:30 a.m. That is fucking insane, and I love it. To start your day with 4 Kit Kats at 6:30 a.m. And her go-to drink is a 44-ounce Diet Coke Easy Ice with lemon, and she loves to hit drive-thrus, especially Taco Bell and McDonald's. I wonder what Lisa Barlow's stance on like Palestine is. Like, I wonder if Lisa Barlow is protesting McDonald's or boycotting McDonald's. My guess is probably not. Oh, I've heard Diet Coke with lemon is very common. I don't like Diet Coke because it has aspartame in it, but I have tried it and I get it. Like, the lemon is good with it in a way you wouldn't expect. So yeah, I wonder has Lisa Barlow made a statement? Anyway, on a November 16th episode of Watch What Happens Live, they became a topic of conversation during a game. Raise your hand if you think Lisa Barlow drinks too much Diet Coke. And Lisa said, I'm even going to raise my hand for that, but I love it. I'm not quitting. I eat a lot too. A lot of people don't think I eat. I eat a lot. I eat healthy too. We used to own a 5-star restaurant in Park City. Like, I have a good diet too. Starting your day with 4 Kit Kat bars is demon behavior. I wonder if they're 4 big ones or 4 little ones. Probably 4 little ones because she's so thin. I just don't see her doing that every day. So she said, I have a good diet, and this is her going through her fridge. It's on the Bravo website and it doesn't let me go full screen, so I'm sorry about that. But if it'll load. This is her. I wonder if I zoom in if it'll do that. There we go. This is her going into her fridge.
Hey, RHOSLC fans. So, contrary to popular belief, I do have a stock fridge.
You're still eating candy.
Mary, don't worry about my diet. Don't worry about my diet. I'm not interested in what you think about my diet. So, what we always have in our fridge, milk, waters, flavored waters. I love my cheese. I live on cheese and chocolate, so we always have a lot of cheese, fresh cut veggies. My kids are nourished.
My kids are nourished.
Gourmet chef, right?
Look at this. Who's the best chef?
And like fresh salads. John is such a chips and salsa guy. We always have to have salsa, pico de gallo, like guacamole, all that stuff in the fridge. Diet Cokes, of course, cheese.
Of course.
And you guys know my specialty is microwave hot dogs. Do you want me to make you anything?
I'm not really craving a microwave hot dog right now, so I'm good.
When we're not cooking from home,
I do have a
can
deep dive
tell
on
you
Sister Wives.
What everybody loves fast food. Me, my Taco Bell cheesy gordita crunches to die for, Taco Supremes, large, their Dr. Pepper. When we go to Wendy's, Henry has to get a Baconator, large drink, side of fries. Jack, he is into clean eating, so we've been doing some Cafe Rio runs for him. He loves his shredded chicken salads,
like
burritos, like
the enthusiasm she had for what was in her fridge versus talking about fast food is just hilarious to me.
Much anything from Cafe Rio right now. And John, as much as he loves driving us through 8 different drive-thrus in one night, I want Taco Bell. A Baja Blast, nacho fries, and a cheesy gordita crunch. You want Wendy's?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get the churro one, the cinnamon one. What do you want? Here, let mommy have a cookie. His go-to right now would have to be, help me out, John.
Whatever Lisa's having.
Absolutely.
He's such a husband, whatever Lisa's having. The way he drove them to Taco Bell, Wendy's, and Crumble Cookie. So fucking unhinged. You know that lady orders DoorDash daily. I don't think she does. I think John is taking her. Literally so much of the show is him driving her around and her in the front seat being like, I'm working. That's why I do believe that she is one of the few that genuinely does work on this show. This is an interview with her. Lisa Barlow will take fries with that. She said, I never really thought about my eating habits or my restaurant choices, but when we went through drive-thrus in season 1, that was just us being us. So it surprised me that it was such a thing with the audience. I think that when people see the housewives, they think, oh, they're just eating lettuce and kale and omitting every carb from their diet. And maybe some do, but I think any mom that's on the go is probably doing the same thing I'm doing. That's real. Like, her and her husband are working. They eat fast food all the time. I think a lot of working families are that way. And some people are like, do you actually feed your kids that every single day? No, we don't. I don't cook at all. I couldn't make eggs if you asked me to. But my husband, John, is an amazing cook. We used to own a restaurant, so I have a sophisticated palate. But I also enjoy a sausage McMuffin or a cheesy gordita crunch. She loves the fucking cheesy gordita crunch. I might need to try one just because of her. I've never had one. Or fried chicken. And she said, what would the official Lisa Barlow be? People are going to say the cheese or gordita crunch. She would have to say it's a great burger with cheese, no onions, and onion rings, and a dipping sauce would be her thing. She said, according to your expert opinion, who has the best Diet Coke? And she said Sonic because it has Pebble Ice. It set the trend with Pebble Ice, the styrofoam cup, and when you can do that with Diet Coke at Sonic is amazing. That is so true. I don't drink Diet Coke, but I drink Dr. Pepper, and Dr. Pepper in the foam cup with the Pebble Ice is the best form of Dr. Pepper. She said her ranking is fountain is number 1, can is number 2, bottle is number 3. I do agree with her, but if I have it in a can or a bottle, I like to pour it over ice because it's just better that way. I don't like drinking it straight from a can or a bottle. That's why I still haven't finished this little one. And she said Carl's Jr. had a Pop-Tart dessert with ice cream in the middle that she wishes would come back. Like, all the way, she has such specific answers for everything is so, so funny. She loves the fish tacos at Del Taco. Sonic, she likes the jalapeno poppers and the hot dogs. And they said, what would your last meal? She said, we have a Freddy's by us. She said, oh, this is going to shock people. A hot dog from Freddy's with relish and onions finely chopped, sliced down the middle with relish and onions in the middle. I would get my fries from Burger King. Burger King does not have good fries. I would get a side of coleslaw from KFC, and then my Diet Coke from Sonic. And then dessert would be Freddy's. It would be one of their sundaes with Reese's peanut butter cups on it, chocolate caramel, extra cherries on top with extra whipped cream. She's so specific. This woman is hilarious. She's literally an aficionado. Do you see why I wanted you to do a stream about her? Because there's so much, illegal shit, weird shit, religious shit in Real Housewives that no one is paying attention to Lisa Barlow. This is a compilation of Lisa Barlow dragging everyone to filth. One thing people really don't like about her is they say that she's very like elitist and has like a I'm better than you attitude, but I agree with you, Jewel. She knows what she wants and she says it. She does not give gym queen, but she has to work out so much to stay small. There was a time she was saying she doesn't go to the gym. I don't know how she's keeping up this body. Maybe it's genetics. Some people are just like that. Very few people, but some.
I feel judged by you, Lisa.
See?
I don't judge you.
Sometimes.
You do actually, Mary. You do.
I don't.
You do.
I
actually enjoy my conversations
I
with
make
you.
you feel less than?
No, but I've
Who
seen
did you
people-
see me like feel less than?
Jen. If I tell you something I heard, it is not me saying it or me judging you. I don't judge you. I don't care enough to judge you.
Make it very clear that you just
Heather, didn't we just have a conversation about this 5 minutes ago? Why are we going backwards? Why are we
Adderall.
rewinding?
Interesting.
Irritated with Whitney is beyond. I feel like Whitney needs glasses because I'm standing right in front of her. It's like, do you not see me? I'm right here. Ask me if I'm afraid of Jen, and I'll give you the answer. The answer is no.
Jared, you could not wait to go in your interview and talk about my friend's marriage. I was livid. You're a disgusting human being and you're a liar. You're not a good friend to her.
I don't care enough to judge you is such a good and classy drag. It really, really is.
Say one thing about her goddamn marriage. This whole social, that's insane.
You manipulate Jen.
Yeah, no, I do not.
You think she's weak. And
I don't have that much power over Jen. I don't have that much power over myself, and I don't have the energy or time. I would never do that. Stand clear!
I'm surprised she didn't pick up Whitney and throw Whitney.
No, what I hear. Here we go, weather. Whitney and Heather, bad weather, tornado. Spin the truth, destroy.
I mean, like, what bothered me the most was not the party. It was how some of the girls treated me on my birthday. We can't have a good, solid conversation and move forward. Thumbs up. There we go. Thumbs up. You.
And you like to tell us who we are, even though we disagree with it.
No,
All right.
you know what, Heather? I didn't interview with you. I gave you accolades. I was constantly building
She
you
gave it
up.
to you, Heather.
I'm nice to you.
For you
I'm
to say nice
to
things to
Yeah, I did. Last night, Jen, that was beyond uncomfortable.
And you described yourself
as the same as
She is funny.
She's gonna keep talking over me because she doesn't want anyone to hear me.
Okay.
Because then
I
it's
want
the
the world
truth
to
coming
hear you.
out.
Stop for a second. I gotta explain something to you.
What?
You're gonna get it when I explain it to you. I need you to calm down. Jen, I need you to calm down for a second. Look at me.
I'm so grateful for our
Heather was
friendship.
so dismissive for the moment. That's your word. That's not mine. Dismissive.
I don't think she's a girl's girl. I think she's a Lisa Barlow girl.
If I'm gonna borrow it for a second,
my word.
Hurts me.
This
And-
feels like you're deflecting.
No, I didn't
deflecting.
I'm not deflecting. These are my feelings. This is my feelings.
I think that you're rude, dismissive, manipulative.
Same
I
thing
think
as
you
her.
lie.
You're manipulative. She
I'm
is too.
manipulative?
All right,
Yeah.
okay.
You guys made up a
All
whole
right,
lie to
we're
get
all-
her to
we're-
not be my friend.
Okay.
I think she holds her own.
Leverage for what? Leverage for
to be
what?
like, you're mine. You don't help my friend. You
No,
help me.
no, I don't work like that, Heather. It's nice to look for issues with me.
Tell me how Whitney's been mean to you. I don't understand it.
She's a problem with me every time I breathe.
That's it.
Oh, like lots. Every time I breathe.
Because I really don't want to yell at you right now. Like, I really don't want to yell. I don't want to be mad.
When Whitney does this is also a woman that will probably be a stream topic. It's because she's clearing her aura of negative energy.
No reason to yell at me. There's no reason to yell at me. I'm gonna go to bed. Are you guys gonna be mad? I'm going to bed. No,
wanna
wait,
do more
why?
shots
Why isn't
with
it
you and
okay? I'm
dance
going
with
to
you.
bed. Good night, everybody. It's okay to just do that.
I don't care. You're always on some kind of line. Somebody's always driving you home.
Okay.
This painting, I think, is a dynamic that's very problematic in our group.
Not because of me. No, I'm
I like
not.
her hair
I
like
wasn't.
that.
The reason you planted a bug in Jen's ear
I didn't
against
plant a
me
bug
and
in
then
her
invited
ear.
me,
Don't
not
accuse me
her.
of doing something I didn't do. I did
Yes,
not.
she did.
No, I said.
Yes, she did, and she talked about me. She said that I was the next year. Yeah, let's get
I
real.
did not say that, Mary
Did she
Cosby.
say
That's
it?
a lie.
You came in the room and said, you're done with Whitney, right? And you seemed pretty giddy about it.
I was not giddy about it, Heather. You're delusional. You were not gonna be beat up and accused of something I didn't do. And a friend of 20 years doesn't do that.
Okay.
End of story. I'm done. Jen,
What else do we have
Lisa,
here?
Shut up. No, I'm not gonna shut up. I'm gonna keep talking. Tell someone that doesn't like me to read your text message.
I'm just telling you.
Whitney, why are you in here?
That's it. people. Like, I just don't.
I don't either,
Yeah.
but your best friend does.
Don't hold me accountable for what anybody else does.
Here, no, I was being fun. Please don't talk to me like I'm dumb. If I say something, it's fact.
Mary, you're not an MD. Like, I'm gonna Google it.
Done. We got it. Truth.
I can't make you feel
We are
any
going to
way.
talk about the
know
Palm
I'm
Springs
not
trip.
Don't ever direct things negative. Think the best of me, not the worst, or I will start thinking the worst of you.
So you can see she's good at dragging people. She really is. So I did want to discuss Lisa reacting to Jen Shah's arrest. I think we have 2 clips here.
If she knows stuff, that means she's implicated.
She's called all her attorneys.
All of my attorneys are calling me back.
Oh, wait. I think I wanted to watch this one first. Kerchow. Internet's moving a little slow. No, because that's the next day. This is why we proofread.
Back right now. We have 6 on payroll, and every single one are calling back right now.
Yeah, that's what I want
You know
to
what?
see.
This is so weird, Ryan.
So Jen Shah got arrested, and now Lisa Barlow is calling all of her 6 attorneys. I'll start over.
If she knows stuff, that means she's implicated.
She's called all her attorneys.
All of my attorneys are calling me back right now. We have 6 on payroll, and every single one are calling back right now.
Hey, you know what? This is so weird, Ryan. Can you tell me what's going on? Would Homeland Security show up for that? I mean, like, I'm like literally shook right now. It just scared me. Like, is something bigger happening? Should I be stressed? I'm shaking. I'm physically shaking.
6
She
lawyers.
keeps saying someone tipped him off. Someone tipped him off.
Do you think she tipped them
She
off?
keeps saying someone told her she was here. I don't know. I'm not implying that, but it's weird, right? She's behaving very odd.
So everyone thought that either she tipped off the FBI or someone knew something, and then this is the next day. Oh, this is the same day, I think. I'll turn it down a little bit. They're on a trip together to Vail.
Hi, how are
Let me
you?
get that for
I'm going
you.
to skip some of
Should we go
this until we get to Lisa Barlow. This is really just an ad for this house. Yeah. So I think they're in the bus after Jen got arrested.
She's not texting
She's
back,
not going to
Heather.
text you back, Heather.
There's no way they're not tracking her text messages and stuff. Throw my phone out the window!
All the Vita
She
tequila
was
bottles.
so slow to leave, though. That's what was weird to me.
I agree. Like, if I got a call that said, listen, this is some bad news, Homeland Security is looking for you, I would hang up and leave.
How did they even know she was going to be here today? How would they even know?
I mean, if they've been looking for her, they're going to find her.
How would they even know? And
No, how would they know?
that? My
Yeah,
business.
how would they even know?
They all thought that
Someone
each other
told
told. The lollipop?
Somebody, they know.
So someone's involved, someone in local.
Yeah.
Other than our families, there were 7 people that knew we were meeting at Beauty Lab today. I can't imagine anyone here would turn Jen in, but this looks really sus.
Can we all breathe a sigh of relief that Sharif's doesn't have internal bleeding?
I didn't think he had it.
You didn't believe that? You didn't believe it from the get-go?
Nobody acts like that. Nobody's like, I might be coming back. Nobody. Like, if my husband were having internal bleeding, I would have been a mess, like, leaving. And I'm, like, pretty pragmatic.
And I'm pretty pragmatic.
Yeah.
They might have a warrant to look for her. That's why they came here. If they don't have a warrant, they can't go hunt her down like that.
So Homeland Security could have cuffed her and taken her.
Heather, why do you think they were there?
I mean, I watch as much CSI as everybody, but this has never happened to me. And it's NYPD, and like, you seem really confident in knowing what's happened, but like, I don't even understand what jurisdiction Homeland Security has. Like guns?
Homeland Security. I mean, I don't know what's going on, but my mind is wandering.
No,
They're all
she's
so
not with
dumb.
us. When she got that call, she left.
The
And I
way
talked
she
to
just
Tony,
stopped
Kay,
in the
and
middle of the
Ryan, and they just said, do
conversation.
not talk to any law enforcement without either one of them there. Not that we did anything wrong, but because what it could be minor or it could be major, which she did. They don't want us to be
See
involved.
what I mean? Like, she's such a marketing PR person that when her friend gets arrested, she's like, how is this going to impact my business? Like, that's just hilarious.
I think Meredith might know something. No. I mean, I'm dead serious
The
because
fur
of some
coat.
other stuff.
NYPD, why is New York cops? I didn't get that.
New York was her headquarters, right? So that makes sense why
The way they're all
NYPD
hugging
were
like it's a
her.
natural disaster.
You've been the closest to her over the last 3 months. What the hell's going
I don't
on?
ever talk to her about business. She's ambiguous about it. Yeah, I had a podcast with her for an hour about what she does, and
Well,
I still
know
don't
it.
get it.
I
get
know
it.
it.
She's like gray kind of business.
She buys people's information. She sells that
That's like this
information.
simplistic way of...
Yeah, but it's just lead nurturing is what it is. She gives companies leads. The entire way that people do online marketing.
Okay, so this is more about Jen, which we watched the same clip in my stream about Jen if you want to see that. So another dramatic Lisa Barlow moment was her hot mic moment. So they kind of showed that where she was like in the bathroom yelling, was like, she's fucked up New York, she's a garbage whore. She did not know that she was mic'd up when she was saying that, or she forgot that she was mic'd up. So in episode 10 of the second season, Lisa finally went off on feeling like Meredith had not defended her. It started when Lisa stormed off from a dinner when drama broke out between the women, and it was whether Meredith was lying about the date of her father's memorial, because they went on a trip and Meredith didn't come, and she was like, oh, it was my dad's memorial, and then they found out that it wasn't actually that day, and Meredith was like, leave me the fuck alone. It was just a lot. The question was related to the cash trip before Jen was arrested, because like you saw, Meredith was the one that got to the house early and didn't go on the bus with them because she had the memorial to attend, blah, 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 whatever. So they started having drama. Lisa storms off, leaves the table because she felt like no one had her back. So this is Meredith reacting to Lisa's hot mic moment. Meredith is the one with the dark hair as well that looks a lot like Lisa. They were very close friends when the show started, but they've had drama in between them. So this shows the hot mic moment. We'll watch the hot mic moment first, and then we'll watch Meredith reacting to it. So I don't know if this is the whole thing or not.
Meredith can go f herself. I'm done with her. Because I'm not a whore and I don't cheat on my husband. Her and a dumb family that poses. Why don't you own a house? Wait, you can't. Because your husband changes jobs every 5 minutes? Fake Meredith is a piece of I have your back and I'm offended by that. You that piece of garbage whore.
The insult, that fucking piece of shit garbage whore, goes so hard. Meredith didn't even do anything, but it's just so funny. And also, everything Lisa is saying, there's like no evidence of.
I hate her. She's a whore. She's half of New York. She can go herself.
And then she yelled, here, you can have your mic back, because I think she realized she had the mic on. Yeah, that is not a girl's girl. So this is Meredith reacting to it, and I think they'll show it again. The show, Jenny said a bunch of really racist stuff online, so she got fired. So they're having to pretend that they care about that, even though I don't think they actually cared that she said that. I think they just felt weird about it because she wanted to stay in Utah and he wanted to move somewhere. So it does kind of make sense why.
So there you go.
So that is a not great Lisa Barlow moment. And instead of trying to reconcile the situation, she blamed the producers and said, you guys knew what you were doing when you put that in there. So really taking responsibility of it. In the season 3 trailer for Real Housewives, Meredith Marks claims that there were rumors that Lisa Barlow, her former friend who called her a garbage whore, was doing favors to get new accounts for Vida Tequila. She said, you know, we sell Vida Tequila so basically, I thought this was Meredith's quote. Meredith was sitting down with Whitney, who's also on the show, and was like, you know, I've heard she's done lots of things and been with lots of men to get Vida Tequila everywhere. And soon after the trailer dropped, Lisa took to Instagram and shared a video. She said, you know, there's four seasons of the show. She said, you know, we sell Vida Tequila everywhere, and this is one of our favorite accounts. Stan, tell us why you love Vida Tequila. Because it's delicious, it's the best, and more important, it's classy. Lisa pointed to the camera and said, exactly, no favors necessary. So that was never that big of a deal, but I just kind of thought that it was interesting. So this is in season 4. This is the most recent season. Lisa Barlow is going to Palm Springs. Jen Shah is now in prison at this point. That was a big plot of like season 2, season 3 was like the reckoning of Jen Shah. And by season 4, they really weren't talking about her that much because she was literally already in prison or had already been sentenced and was about to go. So this is a Lisa Barlow moment that is quite talked about. She loses her ring in the airport bathroom, and it was apparently a $60,000 ring. I'm mad as hell because I missed the start, but after watching for months on YouTube, I finally completed the pipeline. Oh my God, I love when someone completes the pipeline. So this is Lisa Barlow losing her ring at the airport, and she just really overreacts. Well, it's $60,000. Maybe she's not overreacting. Okay. And then the rest of this is about someone else, but she was just very upset about it. I don't think that they ever found it. So speaking of Palm Springs, Lisa Barlow freaked out and refused to dress up in drag after flying her own glam out for the trip. I have a video of this.
I had the opportunity to get in drag with Trixie. Like, are you kidding me? This is a once in a lifetime.
Let me see, the other video might be better. We're really casual tonight, and I mean that derogatorily, because I kind of like don't have my shit together, which I don't know how that's possible. Oh no, yeah, I wanted the other video. So they're at the Trixie Motel in Palm Springs, and Whitney announces this challenge where she's like, we're gonna all take all of our makeup off, and we're gonna do drag makeup like on ourselves and have a competition.
I had the opportunity to get in drag with Trixie. Like, are you kidding me? This is a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Take our makeup off?
Yes.
No.
Yep, cancel your glam. You get 30 minutes to get ready.
Wait, but I flew glam in. Cancel glam squads. Let's do it.
Yeah. Cancel your glam. Let's go. Lisa's like, I don't want to do this.
The one thing I love control over is the way I look.
The one thing.
In with you, Lil B. And I have none of that. Oh my God, I'm like a little annoyed.
She's on the phone with her husband.
And she's like, in the next 30 minutes, come with a clean face and cancel your glam. And I'm like, what? I flew Morgan here, and you know how I hate like theme stuff? Like, hate it. Yeah, one more night. Did Whitney not get the memo? I'm never dressing up again. This is f***ing torture. I spend on average $60,000 a year on glam.
$60,000
I
a
get my
year.
makeup done daily. My makeup artist is on retainer, and it's not just when I'm on girls' trips, and it's not when I'm hanging out. It's for me to go to the grocery store.
Makeup done daily is crazy.
All right, I'll call you in a little bit.
All right, love you.
All right, bye.
60K is her
Okay,
fave
well,
number.
I am so over this.
This
like,
is the
I'm a good
producer.
sport for the most part, but I am like so over this. Like,
Hey, Lori, can we have you in Lisa's room?
To be fair, the night before she did go out in a sheer top and a jingle skirt. I will give her that one. I will give her that one, as she was a good sport about the thing the day before.
Let's get some drinks going for the ladies. Okay. Yes. I don't think these ladies
Trixie.
are using their own glam, so I think a little liquid courage, perhaps.
I think Trixie is amazing. Like, it has nothing to do with Trixie. I like literally went out in public in a bathing suit with a sarong that shoot chinks. Yeah, I'm not spending tonight with and glam when I paid Morgan $2,500 to be here plus her flight. Like, I'm not doing it. I'm not.
It's my dream crossover.
I don't give a shit about that. It's my face. Like, I don't want anyone else doing it. I don't want to look ugly. Listen, I like to look a certain way when I'm out in public.
I can literally hear.
This is unironically so me if I don't have access to fake lashes.
Lisa losing her in her room. There is a big part of me that has just looked at Lisa as like Maruka from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, who's like, I want the world, Saggy. I want it now. I want it all. And it's exhausting. Privileged AF.
I'm a grown-up. I am a grown-up.
Okay, so we're gonna figure it out. Come here, we're gonna figure it out. No, it's bothering me. I don't like this. I just put up with like everything, but this is like it's my face.
This can be a fun activity.
Yeah, well, Lisa threw a connection fit because she had to cancel her glam. Like, she started crying.
She started crying?
Yeah, I was upset.
Has she seen me without makeup?
I have glam in Monaco. I have glam in Saint Tropez. I have glam everywhere I go. I like to look a certain way when I'm out in public. It's my face.
Oh, she's so insecure. I feel so bad for her. Unfortunately, that's me when plans change. No, literally, that's so us. So she refused to go out barefaced. The video is literally like 1 second, so it's not even worth playing. But the producers like literally caught her like through a peephole getting her makeup done by her makeup artist, and like were basically people just commenting on how her bare face, her skin, looks like a woman who has experienced life. I am not going to talk shit on her appearance. She's done nothing to me, and she is literally just a woman in her 40s. So I'm not going to talk about her appearance. Clearly, she did not want to look like that, and that's, I guess, what happens when you're on TV. So this is from Reddit as well. This is just sharing one perspective from a challenged skin girly. I also used to have skin that was really, really rough, so I understand, like, spiraling over the way that you look. So I do feel a lot of empathy for her in that moment. Was she acting insane? Yes. But I have been in that seat multiple times. So, like, I'm not going to make fun of her for it because I'm really just not the person to do that. Trixie was so over them. That really is true. So this person from Reddit said, I felt a lot of sympathy for Lisa when I saw that shot the producers for Drag Night. Y'all know the one. It's a quick flashback when she's getting her makeup done and we see the texture of her skin. As someone with lifelong skin struggles, I know the power of good and bad lighting and how self-conscious I can be about it. I saw a few comments here suggesting that her smoking habit may have contributed to the texture. I tried to look online at this. I really could not find that much. Some people have just said, oh, someone saw her smoking a cigarette, but it doesn't seem like she's a heavy smoker. May have contributed to the texture, fine lines, and signs of aging. To be clear, Lisa is a gorgeous woman and has nothing to feel bad about, but that would make sense that she's paying for that extra glam daily, not because she's a total diva, but because she's insecure about her skin and its aging process, which, like I said, I can totally see more than the other women. Maybe I know the hoops I've jumped through when my skin was bad just to feel like I could be normal in public, and how desperately I would cling to silly or excessive things that made me feel safer psychologically about it. Then add a TV show, fame, fans, constant scrutiny, and lack of control over fans, phones, and lighting. If I were her, I might get full glam daily too. That's what I mean as well. Like, to be having cameras in your face a lot, like, I would probably want to get my makeup done too. To be fucking honest, she probably also is a diva because she wants to control her image, but compare her to reaction to the hookah girl outfit on day one, good sport, versus being asked to remove her makeup, meltdown, and after seeing that one bad lighting shot, that's what came to my mind. Has she done a stream about Whitney? No, but she is on my list. Whit Rose, #1 fan. Whitney is on my list. She does kind of have a raspy voice now that you mention it. So at the reunion, she kind of talked about why she spends so much money on glam. Andy Cohen asked her when the last time she did her own makeup was, and she says probably 2019, and she says every day I have glam. No matter where I'm going, I have glam every day. And she said it's glam and go. That's what I like. They don't touch it up. And then Angie Casanova said she also can't see. And Lisa said, yeah, I actually can't see that great. So I guess she, like, needs glasses but doesn't wear them. She says, I literally can't see to do my own makeup. Like, it would kill me. It would kill me. But I don't want to do my own makeup, Lisa added, clarifying her position. I told my husband, John, I'm going to die in glam draped in diamonds. Those are my things, which is just kind of unhinged. This is also from Watch What Happens Live. This is Kristen Wiig, like, doing the Lisa Barlow moment of her breaking down. I don't think we'll watch the whole thing, but it's funny. 2019 is when the show started, so probably as soon as she was in the public eye, she didn't want to go in public without it. That's what I think as well.
As her character Denise on SNL.
6 lawyers on retainer, no LASIK. She think that was very, very comical. This is another great Lisa Barlow story. She got banned from a tanning salon for screaming at the people, basically. I love how self-aware she is. I'm a good sport. This is a very clip-heavy episode, by the way. Or show, whatever we call this thing we do every week. Mormons in Salt Lake. I'm gonna skip ahead.
You know, I've been sleeping all
saying that she got banned from tanning. And there was a rumor. So a lot of the women on the show were getting these, like, Instagram messages about each other. Like, it would be like, oh, this person has bankruptcy records. This person has this. And there was a rumor that Meredith was sending the messages from a burner account. And this is Lisa Barlow talking about if she starts getting the messages, what she's gonna do.
And listen, if one more DM shows up, I will have my cybersecurity team go the distance on it. I will, like, IP addresses, and you know what? There are easy ways to hide things, but you can always figure out who's doing stuff.
Why in the hell does Lisa have a cybersecurity guy? Like, do I need to get one?
I know she has 7 attorneys. I can only assume this is like Geek Squad in Armani. John and I cross our T's and dot our I's. Did you not expect us to have someone that would work in cybersecurity? Bitch, you've been warned.
She's so crazy. I love her. And someone said it was very rich of Lisa Barlow to claim she has a cybersecurity team, but stood aghast on the beach. It came out that one of the women was like a part of this reality TV Instagram troll account, but stood aghast on the beach. Is the mathing for anyone else? Because it's not for me. And Lisa Barlow said, I do. I'll be checking you out. For someone to make fun of your cybersecurity team and to reply, I'll be checking you out, is hilarious. One time she was singing and I'm so stupid, I'm sorry. So this one clip of her singing is because Heather started an adult non-religious choir because Heather was like, oh, I missed the choir when I was a Mormon. I loved being in the choir. So she was like, I'm going to start a choir. And she made the women audition for it. And this is Lisa Barlow.
I'm here for the audition. Okay. Away in a manger, no crib for his bed.
Yes.
The little Lord Jesus laid down his sweet head. The stars in the heaven looked down where he lay. And little Lord Jesus, no crying he made. Is that it?
Yeah. Lisa Barlow, that's beautiful.
Woo! Okay, where do I exit? Here? Through here?
Did you know she was coming?
No, I had no idea. I'm here for the...
I had no idea. This is really hilarious. And then this... I fucking love this video so much.
There's a chill in the air by Lisa Barlow.
The
Do you
spray
feel that
tan.
chill? It's coming on strong. Put on your scarf. Come along. We're gonna get pumpkin spice lattes and get donuts for 2.
What?
Just me and you. I love the fall. It's my favorite time of year. The maple trees, the pretty leaves, all the things we want to see. I love the fall, especially in New York. Apple pies, apple cider, all the things we love. I love fall.
She's so funny. So let's get into her Mormonism. For the 99 of you that stuck around, we're really going to be getting into it here. Maybe I should have put this at the beginning. So Lisa Barlow was born and raised in New York and converted to the LDS Church when she was a child. Despite her active membership to the LDS Church, she does not adhere to their traditional practices, like the liquor company and the church's health code, known as the Word of Wisdom, forbids alcohol. She emphasizes the slam poetry. Now I know what my #1 Spotify rap song would be. Give this woman a Grammy. So she emphasizes that her way of practicing faith is about being authentic to oneself and taking from religion what resonates with her and her family. That's real, I think. She does not hold a temple recommend, which is necessary to enter the LDS temples and participate in the highest ordinances. This is partly because she does not fully comply with all the church principles, such as abstaining from alcohol. So I think anyone can just like go to the service, because I've been invited to the Mormon services before by like missionaries, but to actually go to like temple, which is like a special thing, you have to be like there's like ceremonies, that's where you do the garments and all that. I don't think she's allowed in that part because she's never like done the stuff to get like approved by like Daddy Mormon. So she just goes to like the weekly services. She will not get her own planet one day. Exactly. So the Mormons are like, when you die, you get your own planet and it's like so great. She's not going to get that because she has never gone through like the official process that like, you can't be born into that. All the adults have to go through that. So I think that's like they serve them. There's like classes. I think the mission is a part of it. I don't know the details of it. Temples and church meeting houses are 2 different places. Exactly. So she can go to church. She just can't go to temple, which like probably none of us can go to temple, but all of us could go to church. She's probably done it before, but getting married is no longer worthy of temple recommend. She'd probably done it before getting married, but is no longer. Oh, it can be like an in or out thing. I grew up LDS. She is very much a Jack Mormon. She's just saving face by saying she's LDS. I'm trying to like let you in. It says that it's like trying to ban you, and I'm trying to figure out how to let you in, but I think other people can see you. How do I publish it to the chat? It's not letting me publish you. I'm sorry, Porter. But yeah, I don't really know. I'm not into the Mormon politics of Lisa Barlow in an inside perspective. I'm sure if I could like go undercover in the Mormon church, I could find out more. I don't really think they're publishing much about her, but regardless, she is not like the elite Mormon. So, she considers herself a progressive member of the LDS Church. She is actively involved with Equality Utah and supports the LGBTQIA community despite the church's official stance against same-sex marriage. Her inclusive views are influenced by her personal experiences. She says she has a gay grandfather. She says, "My grandfather was gay. My grandfather is in heaven. My grandfather is an amazing person." And when you hear people say things like that, like blanket statements that were made, it's really hard to digest. It's not an accurate view of our state, our religion, and definitely not the culture. I know plenty of gay members of the church. She also said, "I work really closely with Equality Utah. Mormons love gay people. Mormons love black people." I literally think she just does not know what the fuck she's talking about. Heather Gay's Mormon Stories interview is worth a listen. Yes, like Heather Gay was raised in the Mormon church, had the garments, did temple, went on a mission, all that stuff. When Heather Gay is talking about the Mormon church, I think that she has an informed opinion. And when Lisa Barlow was talking about the Mormon church, it just really does not seem like she knows what the fuck is going on. It just seems like she goes there on Sunday to be like Mormon in the community. Like maybe she's going there for networking reasons. I have no idea. She said, "My friend Dennis is an amazing author and amazing advocate for gays and LDS, for the church and the culture. He has an amazing book and he shares his story about it. I think we need to be sharing more experience like that instead of the antiquated, polarizing statements that were made." As a girly from Idaho, I'm sure they do not like gay people. And she said that the church community is very supportive of her doing the reality show. The trailer has hinted at a potentially wild season. Lisa Barlow, a practicing Mormon, revealed that the Church of Latter-day Saints is supportive of the franchise. She told Daily Mail Australia, "I have friends that have high up positions in the church. They're unpaid positions, it's all volunteer work, and everyone's been super supportive of me. I live right behind a temple in Utah, and all of my neighbors love watching, send me DMs and text, my peer group and my friend group. They're very supportive of me." My guess is that like birds of a feather flock together. She probably is not friends with a ton of super strict Mormons who probably hate her. She considers herself Mormon 2.0. She said, "Everyone knows me. We own liquor brands. We know I'm not orthodox in the way I follow the religion. I love being LDS, but I'm definitely doing my version. Religion is optional, and I'm choosing to live the religion the way that works for me and my family. I would never want to stop being LDS. I'm just choosing to live it in a way that feels good for us. There's some things like that. There's some things that are orthodox and some of us that live it like me," she added. So very interesting. Yeah, Lisa, because they want that 10% tithe, bestie. It really does seem like she's Mormon, like for the plot and like for the marketing, but her son is allegedly on a mission, which we will get into. Normally, I do not like to talk about people's children. Normally, I'm like, you shouldn't talk about children. Children are off limits. And yet, if you've watched my previous streams, I try and be very respectful towards children. That being said, Jack, her son, is over 18. He chose to do this mission on his own accord, and he has shared his journey about it. So I do want to keep in mind that this is a young man, and we should speak respectfully of him. But that being said, he is a young man being the operative word, and he is choosing to do a Mormon mission and be talking about it. So I think that's kind of fair game for us to talk about it, as long as we're being at least a little bit respectful. So her son Jack planned to go on a mission, which led to various discussions about missionary work in Utah. Despite Lisa's non-orthodox approach to the faith, she expressed interest in reading the Book of Mormon and possibly going to temple when Jack goes for the first time, although she does not intend to wear the temple garments. They're not going to let her in without the temple garments. I don't know why she thinks she's like special and can do any of these things. So Jack decided to go on the mission. Lisa never went on a mission. I think her husband did go on a mission. When he told us, I was crying because I haven't been involved in the process. I think I'm still dealing with the emotion that I had no idea. He's been prepping for a year, and it makes me think that maybe he does need more time with me, or maybe he just wants less. On another episode, she said she'd been expecting like Europe something or New York. I cannot believe he's going to Colombia, because the way that the missions work is it's your job to spread the religion. So they make you go to a random ass place and you do not get to pick. Yes, Jack did go through temple. I'm saying Lisa's not going to go through temple. Like, she said she's not doing the garments. They're not going to let her through. So anyway, you don't get to pick where you go. You don't get a say or anything. It's literally assigned at random. So like when I was at FSU, there were Mormon missionaries there from like all over the world that got assigned to Tallahassee, Florida. And you live with like a Mormon family and like that, like for your time there, you're not really supposed to ever like leave or go see your family. You have to work the whole time. It's very intense. So Jack didn't get to pick where he was going. They picked Colombia for him. And Lisa Barlow was like, I thought he was going to get somewhere like Europe. She got a lot of fucking heat for this. I think she's just very unaware. He'll probably be held up at gunpoint at least once or twice on his mission. What I will grant her is that the job of a mission is knocking on people's door all day, every day, trying to get them to convert. So I will say, if your job is knocking on doors all day, regardless of where you are in the world, I think you are at a higher threat of violence just because you're knocking on people's doors all day and people don't really like that. My friend's son was just there. He was held up at gunpoint like weekly, so he carried a few extra bucks in his pocket and just like handed it over. He's like, okay, I see the gun, here's the cash. But I mean, overall, it's thrilling. Oh, Lisa Barlow, Lisa Barlow. The Colombians hearing that Jack Barlow is coming to convert them. Your savior is coming. The creative director of Fresh Wolf. However, his visa was rejected because this is the photo he submitted for his visa. Perfect. So last month, this was written a while ago, a couple years ago, Lisa shut down rumors that Jack had swapped his mission trip assignment from Colombia to California after a Reddit user claimed to have seen him at TJ Maxx in Tustin wearing a name badge that identified him as a missionary. Some fans speculated that Lisa stepped in to have Jack's assignments changed, but she said the holdup was purely bureaucratic. I love that the cover-up is worse than what people assumed. People are like, you don't want him to go to Colombia? And she was like, actually, he submitted a shirtless pic for his Colombian visa. And this, apparently, they said, is very common that, like, if you're going on a mission and there's a visa delay, they'll send you somewhere else to do mission stuff there beforehand, so you're not just, like, sitting around twiddling your thumbs. Like, they'll send you somewhere domestic while you wait for your visa. That's not weird. What is weird is that he submitted this photo. She said, in his defense, he's been working out really hard. Period. So she said, no, he's going. He's just been hanging out with friends, surfing, all the good stuff. The way they put in their paperwork and the way they apply for visas sometimes takes a little longer. And Heather said it's very common. If your paperwork comes later, they send you stateside. Literally what I was just saying. The reason his visa took longer is because he has a great six-pack and took a picture on the boat and sent it to the government as his visa picture, like thinking it's funny, and they denied it, so he had to reapply. And Cohen said this has to be the first Mormon missionary whose visa was rejected due to, like, shirtlessness. Oh, it's very funny. Men are dumb. I do believe that this was an honest mistake. I do too. I really do too. In an Instagram post about the announcement party where he found out he was going to Colombia, she said, there's nothing better than watching your child make hard decisions and do things with impact. I love celebrating you today. I will miss you every second of every day, but you are going to thrive. Grateful for so many people that have helped shape you. Today was one I will never forget. She confirmed he made it to Colombia for his mission trip December 5th, 2023. So again, these are pictures that he's taking. That's why I'm talking about a fresh adult. She said, if you see my Jack at the John Wayne Airport, SLC Airport, or JFK on his way to Bogota tomorrow, tell him that I love him. And then this is a picture of him in Bogota doing his mission thing. But then on December 20th, she announced that he had been hospitalized for 3 days. She did not disclose ever what his condition was, but she said, I miss Jack every day. He's been in the hospital for 3 days and it's killing me not being there. My emotions are fine. I'm not hiding them anymore to make others feel better. She said that the doctors are figuring out what happened and that she would know more tomorrow, but she never shared it. It was probably something stupid. Maybe he got like alcohol poisoning or like tried to do like a trick on a bike and fell and broke his foot or something. It was probably some stupid ass injury, but 3 days is a while, so maybe it was something bad and I should shut the fuck up. So yeah. And like, I was just trying to figure out what the fuck happened to him. Like, I literally couldn't find it anywhere. What the fuck happened to him? And then in May, she confirmed that she basically reunited with him. She posed alongside him, not poolside, sorry, for a series of photos shared on Instagram in May. She said, a necessary trip and amazing timing. Loved seeing my Jack so we could make sure the next 14 months in Colombia he would be completely well. I love seeing his maturity, hearing him speak Spanish, and his love of service and the people of Colombia. Jack and Henry are besties. Love seeing them back together, even though it's short-lived. We love our baby Kendall. Who the hell is Kendall? Is that a dog or something? She said, if anyone comes for my kids, I promise you will regret it. So this was met with a lot of questions because that's the whole shtick about missions is like you don't get to see your family for 2 years, and like that's what makes it really hard because he's already a couple months in. He's already been there for a while, and then you saw like he was stateside earlier, so I guess 2 years because he was probably in California for a couple months. By this point, he had been in Colombia for a couple months, so he has a little over a year left. Kendall is the dog she dressed up. Oh, okay. And someone said, did his visa not arrive on time? And she said he's been in Colombia for 9 months. And then it says, Jack looks like he's all grown up. And she agreed. And a third asked, how do you not worry? And she said, God has him. And a fourth person proclaimed, Jack is back. And she said, yep, for a short time. So, oh, girls only go for 1.5 years. I didn't know that. So most recent Lisa news, well, I guess let me finish that off. That is like the latest update about her son. I don't know if he's back in Colombia. It's a very, very, very unusual for someone to visit home when they're on a mission. I have never, ever heard of that. I'm not Mormon, but I do like to learn about weird things Mormon people are doing on TV. And I've never, ever heard of anyone doing that. So most recent news, she is being sued. Vida Tequila is being sued for over $410,000 of alleged unpaid loans. Lisa Barlow and her brands Vida Tequila and Lux Marketing are facing a lawsuit from former friend and business partner Bart Carlson. Carlson filed a lawsuit against her last Wednesday, claiming that he loaned Barlow $410,000 between May 2010 and February 2018. He also said that when Barlow first came to him for financial assistance, he willingly lent her money, but the pair never agreed on a repayment schedule due to their close relationship. Over the years, he said he'd asked for the money back, but Lisa reportedly told him that neither one of her companies could afford to repay him. The 49-year-old reality TV personality responded saying that she's deeply saddened. Brett Carlson was once a business partner in a restaurant in Park City, and I thought a friend. I'm deeply saddened that he has decided 9 years after our restaurant business ceased to claim that I owe him money. To be very clear, the claim that I owe Bart or his company money is untrue. I pay my bills and obligations, and I always have. I look forward to the truth coming out, and I intend to hold Bart fully accountable for any damage this personal attack may have caused. And she said the new season is shaping up to be a dramatic one. So, very lighthearted evening that we had here. I just think Lisa Barlow is crazy, surrounded by even crazier. I'm going to go ahead and turn TikTok off. I didn't want to say it on TikTok, but I literally just got fucking dinged on TikTok again, and it said that I'm restricted from going live because I was showing unoriginal material, which, like, I get it. It says reproduced content, but, like, do they mean reproduced, like, I posted the same thing again? Because that's not what happened. Or do they mean reproduce like it's someone else? TikTok should allow content like mine. I am going to restrict it. But anyway, let me not get distracted with you all. We are learning about the lore of Kim Kardashian and Kanye West next week. So, the lore of Kimye, it's not going to be about Kim's early life. It's not going to be about Kanye and all of his scandals that have happened recently. It is going to be about the Kim and Kanye relationship timeline and divorce. We're not going to talk heavily about their children because, like I said, I don't like to talk about kids. But yes, next week we are doing Kim and Kanye. I just think that they deserve each other. I'll leave it at that. So while I submit this appeal, I've seen TikTok restrict someone doing an analysis of the Hunger Games. They're so unserious. So while I appeal this TikTok, I'll go ahead and have you join the game. Is there a snow one? Which one should we do that's like the most Lisa Barlow coded? We never do Himalaya. We'll do that. So this is a trivia game about what we talked about. You can look at the directions on my screen and I'll send the link in the chat. You don't need an account. You don't need to put in your email. It doesn't cost money. I don't want any information from you. It is literally just a fun little trivia game based on Lisa Barlow. So you can put in a joke as your name because your name will come up. If you're fine with your name coming up, go ahead and put it. I'm not going to stop you. It'll let you pick a little character. If you do not want to play this game, it is totally fine. You can just watch on my screen. And I know a lot of you bow out at this time, so thank you for being here. I'm living, laughing, and loving for you. I didn't really have my shit together this week, but I don't know. I just think Lisa Barlow is kind of crazy, and I'll have my shit together next week for Kim and Kanye. Hopefully. We'll see. Share your feedback to make our community better. Why would I say I understand the decision? I'm feedbacking it. I'm just going to put it should allow content like mine. Oh, this is not submitting an appeal. Well, how do I submit an appeal? Related tutorials, reproduced content, unoriginal content. Oh, I guess that is true. Ugh! I wasn't even playing it though. So annoying. Live ability restricted. I didn't even say for how long. Whatever. Losers. When they got together, I knew it wouldn't work. They're both so vain, among other things. Oh, wait. Oh, Kim and Kanye. Yeah. Really eager to see what happens in the future with both of them. I need to brush my hair. All right. I'll give people a couple more seconds to join. And if you want to do it on your phone, you don't have to download the app. You can do it in your browser, and you just go to join.nearpod.com, and the code is ANZ45. ANZ45. I'm glad you liked the energy. All right, I'll give people a couple more seconds. I'm surprised we were here for a full 2 hours. We didn't have as many slides, but I guess we had a lot of clips and we did a lot of talking. That's kind of why I wanted to pick this, because I just wanted to yap on here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start the game. If you want to join, you still can. Basically, you get points for being right and for answering fast. So, here we go. Who did we learn about? I wanted to make this hard. There's lots of pictures. Mormon liquor store. Lisa Barlow. Why was that hard? Because they're all brunette white women. They all look the same. I know, I wanted to make it hard. Where was Lisa born? I didn't put Utah, so I wouldn't confuse you. What am I doing the rest of this week? I'm trying to figure out when I'm going to make the Kim and Kanye slides. What's going on? Oh, I guess I can do it on Thursday. That'll work. I'll put it in my calendar. Noon. There we go. Cool. Can you go live or stream more? I'm so productive for streams. I wish I had time to stream more. Maybe if I, don't have a job, I would stream more. I guess I don't have a job right now. It's summer. What field did she primarily work in? I don't know. I've also thought about, when the game is over, I'll do a poll to see if y'all are into this idea. I've thought about going live and playing games on live, but not like Fortnite or like video games that most people play. Like I would play like the Barbie website games and like the Disney website, like the Sandwich Stacker. I've done that on here before. I don't know if y'all would be into that. They usually don't get as many views as like my deep dive streams. What alcohol does she sell? Someone take mocktails for Mormon mommies and make that a business, please. I'm too lazy to do it, so someone else can do it. Y'all were fast with that one. It's tequila. I don't like tequila very much. Lisa is the queen of what major event? Sundance Film Festival. How much does Lisa spend on glam each year? $60,000. Oh my God, while we're here, I have to tell you guys something. I'm glad I turned TikTok off. So I'm hoping that we're gonna get some new friends soon because I just hired someone to do Pinterest marketing for my Teachers Pay Teachers. And the way that it works with this person, who was Lisa talking about in her hot mic moment? It was Meredith. So the way it works with this person is they make a certain number of boards, and I figured, I was like, okay, I'm already paying them. So they're doing like some Teachers Pay Teachers stuff, but because they're making multiple boards, I asked them to make a board to market my stream on Pinterest because I feel like a lot of people look on Pinterest for specific things. So I'm hoping that'll bring us some more friends. Where is her son going on his mission? Colombia. So there'll be people not from TikTok because I really do think TikTok is going to get banned in the US. So I'm like trying to branch out. Who are we learning about next week? And I know like hiring someone to make a Pinterest board is literally kind of dumb, but they're going to do a really good job and I don't know how to do that. That's like the most power you have in life is when you don't know how to do something and it's not something that like is super important for you to know how to do, hiring someone that really knows what the fuck they're doing to help you get started is like very good. And every time I've done it, I've been glad I've done it. So I'm doing it again and now I'm just gonna talk about it because I shouldn't keep these secrets to myself. So congratulations to our game winners. Emily in first place, great job. Then we have Gab, Del Taco, Caitlin, Church Parking Lot, Cheesy Gordita Crunch, Noelle Seashell, Lisa's Microwaved Hot Dog, Gordita Crunch, Mormon Liquor Store, a Costco parking lot, a tanning salon band, Kim, a Taco Bell parking lot, the Lord's Diet Coke, a 60K toilet, 12 turtles, Lisa's Mormon Planet. She doesn't have one. Morgan Boncourt, a lukewarm coffee, Allie, not Jen Shaw, 6 on-call lawyers, Rebecca, Jewel, Paige, and Just There for Funsies. Thank you all so much for being here. This is always one of my favorite parts of my week. Any memes, any lore, anything to share. I don't know how we ended up here for over 2 hours. Just talking about little old Lisa Barlow, who really has no major scandals or lawsuits. Actually, now she has a lawsuit. But we did it. I'll give you a couple seconds to post any memes. Now I want Taco Bell. Me too. And I literally just had a burger for dinner, so I like definitely don't need to be eating Taco Bell. I need to eat a vegetable. I've had like no vegetables today or yesterday. I need like a salad or something. Maybe I'll get a salad tomorrow. No, I think I'm going to make a breakfast sandwich tomorrow. I'm assuming we don't have any memes. This was not a super memeable night, so I will go ahead and end it there. Have a great night. Love you so much, and I will see you next week for